everybody, welcome to Banter Blitz. I'm International Master Sopiko Guramishvili. You might be a little bit surprised because every show I'm having is from different place, but that's how just players' life is, and I'm completely in love with it. I'm at the moment in Shamkir. As you know, today started the super tournament here with a lot of elite players, and if you haven't checked the games yet, you should definitely go to Chess24 website and check the games. It was quite a peaceful day because all games were drawn, but there was one game, Safarli versus Elyanov, which had a lot of drama in it. So if you haven't checked it, for sure go to broadcast, watch the live tournaments, and check the games. Anyway, today we are going to play the Blitz, and I'm going to commentate on the games. I think that you know how it works already, but in any case, I would like to explain. Please, premium members, search my profile with the name of Sopiko and challenge me with 5-minute Blitz game. Please challenge me with 5 minutes and not 3 minutes because we are going to play 5-minute Blitz game so that I am able to talk and play at the same time. Maybe one day I'll try to challenge myself and play 3-minute Blitz games as well. Actually, I played a tournament with 3 minutes. It was quite difficult, but maybe one day we can play 3-minute games if you like it more. So let's start, and I'm going to see the challenges. I have a lot of challenges, and thank you very much for being in the show. So I'm going to accept Jonas 95 and there we go. I have white pieces, so I'm going to start with d4, my usual opening. I like to start with d4 usually, and Grunfeld. Ew, I don't like Grunfeld. Okay, let me try to play the line which I don't remember anymore. As far as I remember, this was very good try from Black's side. But that's it. I'm already out of the book. I know Black is doing very fine here. But anyway, I'll try to play. Of course, Black has a lot of compensation for the pawn. But if I manage to consolidate, then I don't think that Black is doing so great. Compensation, of course, is that Black has 2 bishops, and this is the main point of the opening, actually. Bishop g4, I am not very sure because first he went bishop f5, then bishop g4. I think he lost the tempo because he could directly go to g4. But let's see how the game will continue. I guess everything looks so far okay for me. What I'm planning to do is just to get my rooks in the game. I think I can even try to get this bishop, and now we have opposite colored bishop, and now I'm pretty sure I'm doing quite good. because I have an extra pawn. Black no more has the advantage of two bishops, and I'll try to do my best. I think White's play at this moment is quite easy because I simply want to go Queen e2, get my rook to d1. Sometimes I might have Knight e4, Knight c5 ideas. Of course, it's not easy because Black is still quite solid, but pawn is a pawn, I would say. Knight b4 is a little bit annoying because probably he wants to weaken me, but I think after a3, knight should go back to c6. Knight d5 doesn't work because of knight d5, e d5, rook c8, and bishop d5. So what I'm going to play after knight c6 will be b4. And I think it should work, though it might be also interesting to play d5 after knight c6. Knight a6 I don't like because knight is not doing anything there. I have now two interesting options. One to go d5, but maybe after knight at a5 I would not get anything special. I would like to go b4. Let's try b4. I like it more. Then I might have some ideas with b5 or knight a4, knight c5, or knight e4, knight c5. Where does this queen go if I go knight a4? That's an interesting question because he would have problems he would have problems with b7 pawn. So if he... Oh, and he resigned. He could have played. That was a very interesting game, I would say, but of course he could have played here, let's say, queen d6, but I think that after bishop b7, if I'm not blundering anything, and I don't think I'm blundering, because take, and queen d7, I simply have knight c5, so I'm not losing the piece. After queen d6 and bishop b7, I would have two extra pawns, and it would be very good for me. Though I'm pretty sure that he misplayed in the opening because I was playing this bishop g5 line when I was very, very young. Knight e4 here is the main line, and I think, I'm not even sure, it's bishop h4, bishop f4. I think something like this. That's a shame. But I think it's something like this. And bishop e6. But bishop g7, as far as I remember, was the latest trend to equalize it with black. Take, cd5, c6, and after taking on c6, knight c6, e3. I'm pretty sure there is something very direct, either e5 or just maybe e5. Anyway, this opening has to be checked, and for this game it was very good because my opponent did not remember how the line goes. So now let's go and accept another challenge. I'm going to play against Nermid, and I'm playing with black pieces. E4, so C5. This is, oh, not neither, but bishop B5. This is one of the most popular lines nowadays. And I have to really remember how does the things go here. I remember it was B5 somewhere. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after C, B, A, B, knight, B5, queen, A5. It's really a shame. I really should remember how does the line goes, but it's okay. Let's try to not to panic and play something that makes sense. Okay, B5. Maybe I'm just losing the pawn, but probably I'm just losing the pawn. But I'll try to play for compensation. If I have any, I'm not sure I have any compensation. I think I confused a little bit my opponent. Okay, this I think that if I manage to get my queen on b7, then I will remember something, at least some ideas. So I'm going for knight f6. Okay, h3, I'm going h6 because I don't want any bishop g5 to bother me. a4, that's quite interesting. What does he want with a4? If I play b4, he has to go knight d5. Knight d5 cd, I think after bishop b7 I'm completely fine. Okay, let's try b4 because I don't want to open b file for him. So actually maybe h6 was not even necessary because I could go b4 directly and fix these pawns on a2 and b3. So I could get same position just without h6 and a4. But I think it's good position for black. I have two bishops. There is open c file. g4 is a bit too much, I would say. Okay. Probably he got afraid that I want to change. Okay, I'm gonna go for h5. I think I have to be quite fast. But that's not so easy, especially for me. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm going to go for something like this and take with bishop. If he takes on c8, what I want to do is maybe I want to exchange the bishops on e3. This is what I want, but I'm not sure at this moment it was a good idea. Okay, that's very interesting. Rook c8 is not a good move. Okay, I will simply go here. If it's possible, I think I'm not doing very good. I will go a5. And I will somehow try to okay, what I want is I want to go here. I think I'm not blundering anything because after bishop b6 there is check, queen b6. So what I wanted is to take here, take and get my bishop into play. Oh, queen, I cannot go there. That's pity. Okay, I will simply go here because I want to get on dark squares, but I'm playing very bad, I think. I just wanted to get into kingside. Maybe he got too optimistic because I like getting into kingside. Though I'm not sure what shall I do after knight f1. I will have real problems after knight f1. Here you can see that knight is best defender. This I don't really like, I think. Or I like. Okay, let's try something fancy. Ooh, that was bad move. Why did I sacrifice this? It was simply bad move because I did not see knight g4. He had to take knight g4 for sure. All I'm trying to achieve is draw. Okay. Okay. Queen c8 check. There are a lot of checks I don't like. I think I'm pretty lost. Also, I don't have so much time. But that's okay. Queen g1 now I want. So knight f1 is the move, and then it's really bad. I'll still try to play for a while because he also doesn't have time, but I'm gonna resign. Well done, Nervid, very good game. I think I made very bad moves. I think h6 here was not even necessary. I could probably play b4, knight d5, knight d5, cd5. ed5 is another option, but after ed5 you always have to be careful with f5 and e4 ideas. So cd5 looks very normal, and after bishop e7, rook c1, castle, we could get the same position but without a4, which I think is in black's favor because at some point I might start a5, a4 counterattack. I have two bishops and white doesn't have so much counterplay. My main mistake, though, I think was that after castle here, black should be completely fine. h5 I like also because knight h2 doesn't do anything, but I got obsessed with the idea that I would change the dark squared bishops and it would be good for me. But in fact, I think it was better for him because after bishop b6, he got the c file, and this knight on h2 is bad temporarily. He went and just knight f1, and after knight f1 there is knight coming to e3 and c4, and then I probably should not change anything and should not change dark squared bishop because now this bishop is really not a great piece, and at least my dark squared bishop would protect something. But very bad. Bishop d8 was pretty bad. I think what I had to play here is probably rook c7, if I'm not blundering a6 pawn already. Maybe I should go first a5, then let's say f3, then play rook c7, take, rook c1, queen b7, knight f1, and rook c8. I think this is how black should continue, and probably he won't have problems to play this game. Anyway, let's get to another game, and there we go. Let's accept Captain BTT. I'm with white pieces, so I'll again go d4, d5. Let's see, will I? He said, hi, Sopiko. Hi. Will I face triangle Slav or not? Not really. I'm facing the normal Slav, and I'll go g3. I like this line. It was I played it always actually many times in Blitz games, and I also played sometimes in classical games. It's quite interesting line. If you're playing Catalan yourself, then it is interesting. Yeah, so I will castle here. What I meant with Catalan was that if black wants to play Catalan, he will play e6. So you have to be aware of this opening. I'm not sure now what my knight is doing on e5. So what I'll try to play is knight c3. Just ignore that he can take it. And after this, I think I will play queen b3. Let's try. Queen b3, queen b6. I think I will take here, play c5, take on b3, and try to play b4, b5. I think he should have played a6 because allowing b5 in this structure is quite good for white. E5, of course, is another, it's counterattack for black, but I think I simply can go e3. I can take here. Another possible way was actually to, instead of e5, to take on b5, because knight b5, bishop d3 would be there. But this is, of course, also interesting. He might have some tactics, like if I go rook d1, then he might play ed, bishop d4, rook d4, rook e1 check, bishop f1, and bishop h3. And I don't like it. Rook d1 is there. Okay, rook d1 is there. So I can probably go, but ed, bishop c2 is annoying. I will take here, and I will go rook a6, bishop d3 is there. Today I'm in horrible shape. Okay, I don't want to take it. ed, bishop c2, rook d2. Okay, let's try anyway. ed, bishop c2, rook d2, bishop e1. I would go bishop f1 and hope for the best. I have to be quite quick because I don't have so much time. Bishop c2, rook d2, rook e1. I will just go bishop f1, and now good thing is that this bishop is still hanging. Not still, but hanging. Okay. I think I will go king g2, just to be sure that I'm away from all kinds of pins on h3. And let's see how it goes. If I manage to get bishop a6, bishop b7, then it looks perfect. I will probably go b4, bishop b2 to get rid of the pin. And let's see. Still waiting for my opponent to play. This is possible because I cannot take rook a7. But I think that I can simply go b4. Oh, opponent disconnected. I'm sorry for Captain. He has some internet problems. Pity, because he had very good game and he disconnected because of he lost this game because of internet. It was still a lot of fight because I think that I'm doing good because I want to play bishop b2 and get rid of the pin change, and then for sure the c6 and a7 pawn are weak. I can go b5 at any moment, and then c6 pawn will be passed pawn, and it would be really dangerous for black. But anyway, we didn't have so much time, both of us, and it would be very interesting to play, but okay. Let's go and accept another challenge, and I'm going to accept chess hobby. I'm playing against Indian chess hobby. I have terrible score against Indians. Huge minus. Okay, but I'm playing now the knight earth. Let's see how it goes this time. Usually they go knight b3 here, but of course knight f3 is another way to play. Bishop e7 is not, of course, the move because then bishop f6, and knight d5 would be there. So what I will try in this opening, okay, a4 is of course the move. I don't like to allow a5, so I'm going for b6 and bishop b7. This is not the main line what I'm playing, but I think after knight f3, black can nearly do whatever he wants because, of course, not whatever he wants, but what I mean is that knight f3 is not very ambitious move, and usually they go knight b3 with the idea of f3 and g4 attack. They castle on opposite on queen side and black castles on king side, so then we have opposite castles, but if I manage to develop, then I will be very happy. The main idea here is that he wants knight c4 and knight e3, but I'm wondering if I can go d5 at this point. I think I can go d5. Knight d5, because I don't want to allow bishop c4, even if it's losing a tempo, or knight c4, knight e3. This I really don't want to allow. Then he has complete control on d5 square. I think this looks good for black. I'll go to c5. This looks very active. I'll take here and castle. F6. I don't mind to give up the dark squared bishop. At the moment. Because after knight c5 I have to take knight c5. I cannot take on g5 because there was queen b3 check, so we have to be very alert, sharp and careful. And here I still like black's position. It might seem that we are exchanging everything, but I still think that it's a bit more pleasant to play with black pieces. It's of course equal, but that's an interesting move. I think I will go queen c6. c3. What about g6? Then he can go anywhere else. This I don't like. If I want to have a game, then I just like to get out of the pin. I mean, not the pin, but check. Maybe it was not great move because then I have to be careful with back rank problems. But at least I wouldn't have any checks. For example, what I wanted is to grab this pawn, rook d1, queen a4, but a rook d6 is there, of course. So rook d6, I can go knight c5. Oh, I don't like rook d6, and I don't like rook d1, I mean. Queen a4 was the main threat, so h3 is a good move. Okay. Well, let's regroup. Let's regroup and see how it will work. This is not a blunder, probably. But what if I go simply knight d5? That's what I meant. I don't like b4 because then a c3 pawn is very weak. And I also want to take on e3. Okay, that's the pin. But I think I can go queen e6, get rid of the pin. Now he has to protect the... I can simply take here. I think I'm not blundering anything. He had to play rook ac1, I'm completely sure. Because after c4, knight b4, I just have an extra pawn and I'm not losing this knight for sure. In worst case, I can go a5, but I can always get back to c6. So I think it's going good. Okay, here I will just take. If rook d8, and rook a5, because c4 pawn is also hanging, that might be a problem also. And I will queen c4, maybe bishop c5. But anyhow, bishop c5 doesn't give him anything because I can simply move my rook. Rook c5 is another possible move, but I think I will go here. If he takes, I'll just take. He doesn't have so much time, which is good for me. Okay, here I can either exchange the queens or play knight d5. I like knight d5. I like knight d5. Queen d5, I always have queen d5, so there is no mate thing. Now I think I can take here. And okay, this might be a bit annoying. I can change or be very greedy. I don't want to be very greedy, so I'll change. And I'll go h6. Unfortunately, I cannot... oh, I have to be fast. I have to be really fast. Okay, that was a tough game. I think I misplayed it in the end. Probably it was better to go here. Queen d1, queen d1, rook d1, and then play h6 to keep the knight and two extra pawns. But for sure his mistake was b4. c3 looks good. h3 was very good move here, because I thought I cannot take here because there is of course queen e6 check. So that's why my trap was to go king h8, what I played, but h3 was very good move, because any other move, let's say, I don't know, let's say, yeah, actually h3 makes much more sense. But if it was my move here, let's say queen g4, which doesn't make sense at all, but actually it does, because it protects the a4 pawn. Just what I mean is that I wanted to have a nice tactic with queen a4, rook a4, and rook d1 mate, and queen a4, rook d8 you cannot take, because I take on a1 and it's mate. Anyway, let's see another challenge, and I see some challenges that have 3 minutes. Please challenge me for 5 minutes blitz game. This Banter Blitz we're playing with 5-minute blitz games. So let's accept. Oh, where did it go? Sarhat Salman. I'm again with white pieces. Today chess 24 is being very good to me. And okay, I'll go this time c4. Usually I start with d4, either knight f3, but sometimes also with c4. So let's see what kind of game we will get. I'm going to go for e4. Knight e2. And if he doesn't play knight c6, here I cannot go d4 because ed4, knight d4, knight e4, knight c6, knight c3 is there. So I'm going to castle. And then play d3. It will be quite a slow game, but after this I think I'm doing fine, because I want to go d4. f4 is not really a move, so I will simply take here. I think I like white's position. I will take here. Oops. Take with bishop. Now he has to take care of c6 pawn. And this knight on e8 is not doing anything. Bishop d7 looks very logical. Bishop c3. Can of course take on c6 maybe, but bishop h3 is there. So let's take here. I don't know, I'm not sure about bishop c3, because then I will have dark squared bishop, which looks quite good. If I go bishop h6, then rook f7 is there, c5 d5 is there. Let's go for h4. I like this move. Knight f6 probably, and bishop f3. I want to weaken black's king side with h5, and want to somehow use my pair of bishops, because what is the point if you don't use it? Okay. So here, I don't really mind to give this pawn on c4. First I will take. I think he has to take back with the queen. That's interesting. Does he want now to attack with h5, h4? That would be very interesting. I would still go king g2, rook h1, because now I opened the h file, so I want to use yeah, this one I had to be careful, because knight g4 is a bit annoying move. I'm not sure where can I go with the bishop. It was so good on e3. Maybe I just have to take and play f3. I think that would make sense. Black's position is quite solid. I also like my position. I don't think I have any problems. That's something new. He wants bishop h3. That's very tricky. Very tricky, very good. I cannot play rook e1 also. But what I think is that I can play queen d3 and sacrifice. Okay, let's try to sacrifice. So I will go king to f2. I will take here. I think I have compensation. But I'm not very sure. As usual. Okay. So queen h2 is the problem now. Maybe. Okay, let's get rid of the. I don't like my position. I don't like my position. Rook b8 is also possible. Okay, I'm going for king d2. I'm going for rook f2. I saw that he could take it, but I thought that it's okay for me, because then I would have g file open. I don't think that it was a right decision from him to take it, because now I have this open g file and the bishop, dark squared bishop, which might be a real problem for black. but I don't have any. I don't have so much time. Okay, I will go check. King f7, he has to go. And I will go back. So now I want to take. Take on h7. Okay. Gets tricky. This I don't like. I have to go back. Maybe it was better to play f4. Ooh, that was not. That was bad surprise, I would say. Yep. That was very bad surprise. Okay, and I think I'm lost here and very well played. Serhat Salam, very good game. I think this Queen e6 was a brilliant move. It was that I missed that, and it was very instructive move on double attack. It's perfect that I didn't like f takes g4 so much because this is clearly worse for white. But what I decided here was to sacrifice the exchange. I don't think maybe I did not have any other good way to protect if I don't want to go for any other thing. Queen e6, very well done. You deserved this win, and I think it was brilliant move. Generally, knight g4 was also queen g6 was very good because knight g4 was there, so probably I didn't have to hurry with taking. I thought that I would go king g2 first, and as I said, I did not mind to give this pawn on c4 and play rook h1, but I got a bit too greedy, and I thought that maybe I will take first, and what I thought was to take back and play king g2 and then rook h1, and it would be very pleasant for me. But of course, things not always go like we want. So after queen g6, knight g4 was a huge threat, and then we see that my bishop on e3, which looks like very beautiful piece, is in danger, and there is no good place for the bishop to go. Anyway, I loved the way you won the game. Congratulations. Let's go for other challenges, and I'm going to accept Trboki. I'm playing Trboki, German, from Germany, d4, d5, and I'm going for the triangle Slav. That's where we get the triangle Slav, my favorite opening, against d4. Here I will take, play b5, bishop b7, I will go a6, I have to take with AB because otherwise it's not good for me. I think I will also take here. Castle, queen b3, maybe queen, he was afraid of queen b4 and bishop b2, queen d4 and bishop b2, queen b4 check. So let's see if I have something better. No, I just think I will just develop. Queen b3, I guess he has to take queen b d4. I can play, I think, queen d4, but I have to have a really brave heart because bishop b2, queen b4, knight c3 is another option because he wants to take on b5, but I think here I will go knight d5. That's why I played knight f6. So what's going on here? I will go bishop d6, e4, I'm gonna take. I think I'm also gonna take here and castle. Of course, white has a lot of compensation because he has dark squared bishop, but I hope for my c and b pawn, they are on one flank. It looks very good, but just looks. If I take, he has to take with the rook, and because I don't think giving up e5 pawn would benefit him. He gave up the e5 pawn. I'm not really sure if I have to take it. I can of course take it, but it might be a little bit dangerous for me. But I still think that I like to take. With the knight or bishop? I think I will take with the knight. f6, this was his idea. He wants to mate me, but I hope it won't be so easy. Okay, I think I can simply take this one. I'm getting too greedy, but yet I don't see danger. And if there is no mate, then I'm 3 pawns up, which is a good thing. What I have in mind is knight c4. There is also sometimes queen b6 check. I didn't want to go g6, of course, because then I always had to be careful with the mating net. I'm not sure about this move because what if I play simple knight c4? Then what does he want? Let's try. e4, bishop is hanging. If I get one of those bishops and I'm not gonna have any danger. Ooh, this looks bad. Rook e3 is there. I can win the piece. Another move is queen b6 check and c5. I have to choose one of them. Rook e6, queen c2, though I'm not winning anything. I can of course go knight a3. I think I will take this bishop. Then I will give a check. He has to go on white squares because rook f2 doesn't really help because I have rook e1. And after c5, this looks terribly good for me. Okay, there should be mate or not. Let's see. Queen d5 looks good to me because now I have double attack. I have queen g2 threat and I have queen h5 mate threat. Rook f5, simply queen g2. This is what I wanted. I can take here. I can give another check. Maybe I'll give another check. Just in case. King h3, bishop g2 might be there. Let's try this. And here, rook f4 is there, of course. But I want it to come bishop e4. Bishop e4, then queen h2. This is what I planned. Intermediate move. Then take on e4. Okay, here should be mate. h5, king f3 is the only move, or king f5? King f5 probably. Oh, no mate. Okay, I'm just going to take here and play h4. If I won't have time problems, then I should not have problems to win this. So I have to be very quick. Probably queen g3. I can even pre-move. Not really. He has check. I'm not very good in pre-moves. Oh, he blundered his queen. He resigned. Thank you for the game, Dr. Bucky, I would call you. Let's take a look at the game. It was Triangle Slav. Usually I always face on Blitz G3 line. I like to take here. It's very decent line, and black has an extra pawn, but of course white has a lot of compensation. So after knight e5, I think this is the correct move because white should not allow, let's say, castle, bishop b7, or even here, I think it would make sense to go knight d7, not to allow knight e5. So knight e5 is precise move, and after knight e5, bishop b7, a4, a6, ab, ab, take, b3. I think he was a bit quick with b3 because he could simply play knight c3 first. Then I have to do something about the b5 pawn because knight b5 is the threat. Of course, what I can play is, let's say, knight c6, take is bad because of queen a5. Nice little tactic here. So he has to castle, and then I'm in time to play knight d5. Okay, b3, take. Probably he was afraid of queen b3, queen d4, bishop b2, queen b4, bishop b4, and this is really very good for black. It does not look nice for white. So after knight f6, knight c3, knight d5, take, bishop d6, take, and here castle. White has compensation, but what I hoped for was that I would have a lot of play on queenside with the c6 and b5 pawn. f4 I think was too ambitious. I would go bishop d6, knight d7, and rook c1 somehow to block it, but still I think black is doing quite okay. After queen b6 I can play h6, rook c8, c5 at some moment. I think that it's advantage for black, but after f5 things got very complicated. Take, knight e5, f6. I did not like here to play g6 because then I always have to be careful with the ideas of queen c1, queen h6. What I thought was to play knight c4 and on f takes g7 to play rook e3, but I was a little bit afraid. I thought that I might get mated or something. This pawn looks really scary. I win the piece there, probably is winning, but I'm not very sure. So f6, g takes f6. I think that I don't have any problems at this moment because I can always go knight g6 in worst case. And bishop e4 here was not the right move because after knight c4 I have double attack on bishops. One is hanging, one is not really hanging, but if I take one of those bishops it would be really bad for white. And what happened is that this bishop was necessary to be on g2 and g2 h1 a8 diagonal, because after take it's actually white now who is under attack, and after king g2 my bishop, which was not doing anything on a8, just got activated and got most important piece in the game. Anyway, thanks a lot for participating in this show. Thank you very much to my opponents for playing against me. I hope that you enjoyed the show and you learned something. I'm going to say goodbye for now, but for sure we will meet again on next Thursday. Same time, 8 p.m. and we will either examine some tactics, or we will combine tactics and blitz, or we will again have Banter Blitz. I wish you very good evening and good luck. Bye.